You're listening to it, Tom and Zeus on the Shout It Out Loudcast. One of them has a body built for sin, and the other has an appetite for passion. Stick around, you'll find out who. I'm Mitch Lafon from Rock Talk with Mitch Lafon.
Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 64, album review time. Hot in the shade. Tommy, how the hell are you?
Oh, I'm excited, baby. Sweet spot episode right here for me. Hot in the shade, baby.
Oh, yeah. Me and you have been talking about this one for a while. It's quite polarizing, we know, but it's going to be a fun topic for us because we can make anything fun. Just like the bonus episode you just heard on a fucking polarized album, right?
That's right. Two episodes in 1 week of albums that are literally love-hate.
Yep. And, we're surviving during this corona, pandemic and trying to do new different things and to keep ourselves entertained. What are you doing over there?
What are you doing? Why don't you tell me a little bit something about yourself? What am I doing? It's funny because I put a
sir. What are you doing over there,
sir? What are you doing, sir?
What are you doing?
I pickle,
sir. I pickle they. I tell you right now, it's a good thing that people are like stuck in their home with nothing to do because this is going to be a long episode. So enjoy it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm doing nothing.
We have to hurry up and get to the point because we're meandering.
No. Too much jibber jabber. We'll get into that later. We'll talk. We'll let you know what that's all about.
Going off in the mouth, a little too much of the jibber jabber. Yeah, we're finding new ways to get entertained. And one of the good new ways out there, listening to podcasts, listen to our podcast. And we had quite a lot of listeners last week when we had our buddy Mitch Lafon on. And that was a lot of fun talking to Mitch. Got some interesting tidbits. The biggest of which, for me, was the whole discussion we had about Bob Ezrin. And it kind of opened my eyes about it. And we were talking about it on social media that whole, Bob bringing in the ghostwriters and the ghost players on the albums and stuff. Not the ghostwriters, but the ghost players on the albums. And maybe if he didn't do that, maybe we wouldn't have these issues that we had in Kiss, right?
Yeah, no, it was interesting the way he talked about what happened, with Destroyer and then like what happened with Elder and Revenge and then his comparisons with the other, talking about Pink Floyd and Alice Cooper and all that stuff. I mean, like he said, Mitch said it perfectly. He's like, Bob Ezrin does Bob Ezrin albums and has like bands perform. It's not like Bob Ezrin does a Kiss album. It's like Bob Ezrin does a Bob Ezrin album and lets Kiss play on it. Like, you know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of an interesting little analysis that Mitch had.
Yeah, absolutely. We also had a little bit of an issue there, and I'm going to bring it up because I'm sure you don't want me to, but I'm going to bring it up. And that is that there was a little bit of a scuffle there about a whole little thing about with Eddie Trunk. Now, we were about as polite as we ever have been about it. And our thing, and what me and you, I felt, we talked about it with him, was the whole thing about, the lip sync. He talks about it. And then he talks about the Tommy and Peter not being, Eric replacing Peter and Ace. And he harps on that. And then he harps on all stuff. And to his credit, Mitch says, yeah, he's got a thing against Kiss, just like I have a thing against Nirvana. They, they for some reason is a little bit of a love-hate thing there, and it gets at me. I thought the discussion was pretty fair. So I don't know why or who started to put something out there like, oh, we were bashing him. Believe me, we've bashed him before in the past, and that was not bashing. So I'm disappointed that that's how he got phrased, because it was a simple conversation about what we think is his agenda, which is anti-Kiss, versus us supposedly having an agenda and of jealousy. There's no such thing as jealousy buddy, you're like Eddie Trunk / Stewart, who has his show for many, many years, quite popular. We're not looking to compare to you. You know what I mean? The guy that has his own little small business plumbing shop is not looking to compete against GE. Okay. He just runs his business. We run a fun podcast there. We're not jealous of his success. We love that stuff. God bless you. I hope he does well. But we have an issue with what you've been portraying about Kiss, because we feel that when you do this to Kiss, you don't do it to the other friends of yours that you have on your show, and you harp on it. So that's the issue. And anybody that listens to us, all you guys that listen to us, you know we don't hold back on Kiss. So I don't want this to seem as it's easy to box us in with other people. Oh, they're just fanatic fans. They'll do whatever Kiss says. That's not us. It's a simple debate about the fact that your issues with Kiss are hypocritical. Am I saying anything wrong here, Tom?
No, and I'll add in here too. So, first of all, the jealousy label, that's just laziness. That's like, fifth grade, insult stuff. That's just a lazy thing to say about anybody who critiques someone else. And like you said, it's just ridiculous to even use that term. But I think, anybody that listens to this show knows how we feel about Eddie Trunk as a Kiss fan. And we've had a lot of fun with him. We call him Stewart, and we have little jokes and stuff. But it would have been disingenuous of us if we didn't have somebody like Mitch Lafon, who's in the business, to not bring that up, to not talk about and say, hey, what do you think about this? And what do you think about how somebody like Eddie Trunk feels about that? We're not trying to instigate. We're not expecting Mitch to, pile on and jump in. We wanted his opinion on that. And Mitch has his opinion on Kiss and his opinion on Eddie Trunk, and we respect that. But that's something that we have to do. We like Zeus said, and like you guys who listen to us, we have issues with Eddie's treatment of Kiss because it's phony based on how he treats other bands. All right. And just for the record, I'll say right now, years ago, before this whole Kiss thing happened, I was a huge Eddie Trunk fan. I constantly watched that metal show. I have his books. I used to constantly listen to a Sirius XM show, and he's evolved. He's turned into, kind of a little bit more of a fanboy. I know he's always been a fanboy, but his Kiss stuff is tiring. It's transparent. It's phony. It's agenda driven, and it's just not something that I want to see. And yes, everybody has a right to their opinion. That's fine. But I also have a right to say that what he's doing is bogus and tiresome.
Yeah, it's just his opinion after the reunion is pointless. It's all biased. There's no point in listening to anything after the reunion. Or, if it's a story about what is fair or things like that, he'll only highlight things that are in favor of Peter and Ace versus things in favor of Paul and Gene. And and much to the shit that I get, Peter's my favorite member in Kiss. Mm-hmm. So I'm with him on that. Okay. Yep. So, and Ace is the most beloved member of Kiss. But the problem that we have, and I don't want to go off too much on this stuff, is that, the way it was portrayed is that we're sitting there and bashing him like, oh, he's, this and that, he's this and that. No, we asked him because we have a guy like Mitch who is so well, respected. He's knowledgeable, knows all about Kiss, and he's in the community. So the big things about Kiss, when we have a guy like that on, whether it was Eddie's opinion or somebody else's opinion, I would ask him point blank, hey, what do you think about fake Fraley and Cheater Chris? What do you think about all the Paul backing vocals and lyrics and whatever? I'd want to hear about it because those are big issues about current Kiss. And I wanted to get him on the record. And no offense, he agreed with us. He didn't agree with Eddie. He agreed with us. So it was a pretty cordial conversation. I'm disappointed because I started off with one person tweeting this out to, I think, Eddie with 0 followers, and I joked with him. I'm like, "Oh, great! Is that fucking Stewart hiding behind a fake account? A burner account?" And apparently, I game all the way up to him, and then Mitch, because he obviously doesn't want to feel like he's being portrayed as someone bashing his friend. Obviously, got a little bit defensive and said, "No, I didn't say anything. I wasn't part of anything like that." I don't blame him, but to the end, we're going to defend ourselves. And if we ever get the opportunity to speak to him, we'll say it directly to him.
Oh God, okay? Yeah. Anybody that knows Zeus or I, yeah. Our mouths are pretty much impossible to be shut for that.
Yeah.
One last thing, and then we'll finish up. We'll move on.
Yep.
The other thing that kind of, it didn't disappoint me, but it was just like typical empty-headed commentary by some of the people on the stuff. Like, we bash Eddie Trunk because of his Kiss stuff, and then people like, "Oh, you got to respect Eddie. He's been waving the flag for rock and rolls for 30 years or whatever." I'm like, yeah, no one said that he doesn't do that. Stay on target. Stick to the.
You're gonna make me plug that in. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, good. I can't maneuver.
Stay on target.
We're too close.
Stay on target.
Stick to the topic. We're not talking about Eddie Trunk's history as a rock journalist, rock interviewer, rock promoter, rock fan. It would be silly to deny that.
Silly.
We're talking about him and his behavior and treatment of Kiss and how it's agenda driven, and that's fine. Okay, that's fine. But don't say you got to support Eddie. He's the man, waving that rock flag for years. Yeah, okay, that's great. Put that aside. Now listen to what we're talking about.
Yeah, we can chew gum and walk at the same time.
Yes,
we can love Kiss and hate what they played on one of the songs on this album. I can be a big Bruins fan and hate the fucking owners being cheap about, paying his concession guys, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's
There's
true.
two aspects of it. It's okay. Let's move on past that. So we got the polls going on. We're halfway through the tournament. Currently, I think we're just about, when this goes off, Tom, will we finish the third round or no? When this gets played on Saturday,
the regional semifinals will be ending on Saturday at noon. So depending on when you listen to this, if you listen to it Saturday morning, if not, you'll hear it. And of course, like every poll, and again, I don't want to spend time getting into the whole seeding business and stuff, but as expected, the biggest upset right now is number 5, 1,000,000 advancing, and Young and Wasted, number 6 advancing. Mm-hmm. But right now, all the 1s and 2s are still alive.
Yeah, and so let's address one little quick thing there. Yeah. So when we use our phones, Young and Wasted was tied with.
Let's put the X.
Let's put the X in sex. A couple of the people using desktop noticed that the percentage showed one was higher than the other. Young and Wasted was. So just to be safe, I don't know. We said, let's go. Just like a runoff in an election, when it's under a certain amount of votes, we do it again. Young and Wasted won the second time around on the overtime. So it's no different. So big middle finger to you, Dave, for being fucking
2 weeks
a bozo. That you have nothing better to do than to bitch and whine about a stupid fucking song that's going to get its ass kicked in the next fucking round. So, congratulations. You get to win a big bag of dicks. Enjoy.
Oh, see, this is what happens. See, now you get angry Zeus unleashed. This is not good. This is not good.
It's all in fun. I like Dave, honestly.
All right. So what else do we got? So some breaking news. So today's Thursday.
Before you go to that.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
We want to thank everybody for continuing to vote, continuing to post their brackets, continuing to push it on social media. I want to thank some of our real celebrities like Bruce Kulick and his wife, Chris Jericho, Joey Casada, Mitch, Carrie Stevens. I want to thank all our fellow podcasters out there in the Kiss Brethren, right? All our fellow co-podcasters out there that are contributing, that are a part of the podcast family. There's a lot of love in the air. I love it. I joke that there's, except for maybe one, well, if you gave me a hero sandwich and I could eat it and
can you make me Can you make me a post or the brackets? Easier if I hang up a post or the brackets.
I just picked one up on the Facebook group. I gotta go. I'm gonna go. I just ordered another sandwich. So, look, we're very thankful, and it's really great. And there's so much, camaraderie and with some of our fellow podcasters. I've been putting out the brackets after each round of so far who's winning. I'm only doing like the podcasters and Jericho, Bruce, and the rest of them, and Carrie and all them, and Joey, and I think Bruce's wife, and the rest of them, and we're putting the rest of the podcast. I'm not doing 300 or 500, whatever we have, entries, and doing all the brackets myself, and then posting those up. That would be a thread of like 1,000 fucking tweets.
Oh yeah, that would take up
somebody
asked Twitter timeline.
You're gonna put up my post? No,
Nope.
I'm not putting up your fucking post. Keep score at the end. I will mark them, but I'm not gonna fucking put them in brackets and put them online, guys.
No.
Come on, help me out, and then please post what your scores are after every round. We love seeing how everyone's doing, and we love to hear when you guys are happy a song won, and we love to hear it when you're disappointed that your song lost. So please keep continuing that. And Tom, the floor is yours. I'm sorry, buddy.
No. Go ahead.
I'm done. You wanted to say about something else you were saying.
There's a lot going on. It's a busy time right now. There's a lot going on. So breaking news today, Thursday, March 26th. I haven't, as of right now, I have not seen it on any official KISS website, but I'm seeing a couple of, semi-reputable social medias that Doc McGee has announced that KISS's European tour for 2020 has been canceled, or, will be planning to be rescheduled for next year, 2021, which means that final show in New York in July of 2021 is not going to happen. So there's a lot going on here. It's unfortunate. All these festivals are probably going to be canceled. You're looking at, we have tickets to see KISS in September. God willing, it's only the end of March. God, please tell me that the show in Labor Day weekend will be able to go on. I don't even want to think that would be canceled. But a lot of the logistics, they need to be addressed now. They can't wait to the last minute. So KISS is making the decisions based on what's happening now. Yeah,
and I worry personally about the KISS cruise in Cruise Fest. I hope it doesn't get all the way down to that point.
No, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
The only thing I could think of is if you have issues with the cruise line, right? Because they all looking for bailouts and stuff. So who knows?
Yep.
Who knows?
You're right.
So
one more thing. So this is episode, what is it, 65? I don't know.
64.
I can't count. So we have our first. Well, this is me. Our first shouted out Loudcast correction. Courtesy of a YouTuber listener. So during the conversation with Mitch, and I think I brought it up maybe a few episodes ago too.
Right.
I stated that Tears Are Falling and Parasite have been removed from the set list, and that Let Me Go Rock and Roll, and I believe I said Hide Your Heart, are back in the set list. That has been proven to be incorrect, and I will explain why I made the statement that I made. So on social media, I believe it was Facebook, I'm not going to name names, but a respected member of the KISS Army posted a set list from a show, and the set list had Let Me Go Rock and Roll and Hide Your Heart in it. And it was posted from the night that they went to the show. So I said, wow, I can't believe they've already changed the set list and they put those songs back in. Come to find out, it was a copy of a set list from, it must have been the first leg. Not a big deal, but I just want to acknowledge the mistake. And like I said a while back, you're probably not going to learn a lot from this show. We're here to entertain you and, give you some laughs. So, kudos to the YouTuber for correcting me. And thank you for listening too. So I'll give you that. So there's your first issued Shouted Out Loudcast editor's note correction.
Alrighty then. So next, I'm hoping that Tom would like to turn the page and get to the good stuff.
Oh, it's always a good time to get to the good stuff. And we are right about now. Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better. Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then adamandeve.com will load on the free stuff. Enter offer code LOUDCAST at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts. A sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you will both enjoy, and 6 free spicy movies plus free shipping. That's promo code LOUDCAST at checkout at adamandeve.com. And with this self-quarantine, stay at home, there is no better time to load up from adamandeve.com. Promo code LOUDCAST, baby.
Yeah. And if Sonny has the lines tied up, please keep trying. Okay. You'll get through. So
promo code Poonie.
Promo code Hornball. We are going to do an album review. We wanted to pick something, especially since we're doing the non-Makeup Madness tournament from this era. This is a polarizing album. Not as polarizing maybe as Crazy Nights, but it is still polarizing. It's a long album, and for me and you, it's an important album. And that is Hot in the Shade. You want to talk a little bit about it and tell us your first experience?
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a good episode because I know a lot of people like I love Hot in the Shade, and that same amount of people is gonna be like, this album fucking blows. So the album came out in 1989, and my very first memory of what was going on at this time. So when this album came out, I was obviously aware of Kiss. Kiss has always been a part of my life, but Kiss had started to fall a little bit to the wayside. I knew about Crazy Nights, but at this time, hair metal was kind of taken off. It was that era. I was really into Tesla and Motley Crue, and still listening to Van Halen and all that kind of stuff. And then the Rise to It video comes out. I remember I was at my high school girlfriend's house. We were watching MTV. And if everybody who's seen that video, and we'll talk about the details of that video in a minute, you see Paul and Gene putting the makeup on. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, stop. We got to watch this video. Like, what is going on here? And then I was like, because again, at that time, obviously no social media. It was kind of hard to find out when new albums were coming out. So I was like, wait, does this mean Kiss has a new album out? So
I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Wait a minute. I'm picturing this. How could you see the video to Rise to It? Did you miss Forever and everything else before that?
Yes.
So you missed Forever's
yes.
Hide Your Heart? Wow. You skipped over all that. Wow.
Well, no, I didn't skip it. I just
But you weren't that hooked on it.
I was aware of those, but I was like, okay, these are cool songs. But when I saw the video for Rise to It, with them putting the makeup on, I was like, God damn. And just, I got into it. I got the album, loved the album, and it prompted me to go to my very first Kiss show, the summer of 1990, in Mansfield, Massachusetts, which to this day I still say the greatest set list they ever put together. For God's sakes, they played Fits Like a Glove on that tour. So yeah, a lot of good memories about this album and just the tour and everything surrounding this era.
For me, I was always I had already gotten into Kiss by Asylum and stuff, so I was buying Kiss albums as they were coming out, and I can't explain it. It's similar to I was always rooting for Kiss to get big. I loved it when I bought it. I liked that there's a lot of songs on this. I could see the direction that they were changing just by the outfits and all that other stuff. I liked it. It's one of those things where you watch your kid playing a sport and you're seeing them with all the other talented players, and you want your kid to do well, but he's not as good. And you're just like, come on, let's go.
Yep.
dude, come on, buddy, you can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah. And you're just rooting for Kiss to do well. And that's how Kiss was during this era for me. I'm still buying Bon Jovi's first, jersey comes out. And I'm buying whatever else, Tesla at the time. I'm buying Dr. Feelgood. And I'm buying, I don't know when these things came out. Well, whatever. I'm buying the albums around this time. And I'm buying Kiss, and I'm hoping it's do well. But my expectations are that it might not. I got it. I thought the cover was kind of, no offense, like, what the fuck is this thing? I played it. I liked Forever. I liked Hide Your Heart because I got into the video, and I got into the fact that there was more, back then when I'm in like junior high or high school, I'm like, oh, they got a message. Yeah, check this out. I got a big blurb on the screen telling you about gang violence. Okay, Gene, settle down. And so I got it, and I remember going to freshman year. Was it freshman year or sophomore year at Stonehill? And someone was playing this. Somebody else was. There wasn't a big Kiss fan. I remember this was kind of in the rotation of hair metal beat. People that like the hair metal stuff, like the Poisons and all the stuff, would pick up this Kiss album and play it because it was on all the MTV rotation videos. It wasn't getting record play, but we were buying CDs like Great White and everything else by watching the videos. And Kiss was in that mix. So some people that never even heard of Cold Gin were buying Kiss CDs versus the guys that up to Dynasty checked out, never got back into them. But there was a new generation, that new group that got off on that floor in the elevator. And that's what I remember distinctly about that is friends of mine that knew nothing about Kiss had this CD.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird.
And it was the first time. I mean, I know Crazy Nights. I know they had videos for Crazy Nights and Reason to Live, and those songs were big. But Kiss took it into another stratosphere on this album with songs tailor-made for MTV and pop rock radio, Forever and Hide Your Heart and Rise to It. And, so like, even if you weren't a Kiss fan, like you couldn't deny the popularity of those songs. So like you said, Kiss was kind of trying to saturate the market, both radio play and MTV, because those songs were just fantastic pop hits.
So, want to take a look at the album itself?
Let's take a look at the album cover and all the artwork. Absolutely.
All right. Give me your thoughts.
Look, it's Kiss. I want to see the band on the cover. Okay. Whether or not, even if it's something silly like Crazy Nights or something silly like Asylum, I get it. It's the Sphinx with the sunglasses and it's got the little stamp up in the corner like a postcard. I get it. I don't know. That being said, when you flip over the liner notes and you see the band with their sunglasses on, that would have been a horrible album cover. So I'm glad they put that in the back. Paul Stanley doing like that little flex and like, it's of the time. That's 1989 right there.
Gene looks about as normal as can be.
Yep.
Eric looks like he followed Sammy Hagar's outfit fashion advice from what we just described on OU812, right?
Yeah, I think he's wearing. I think those are like fucking jabots or something that he's wearing from fucking.
I think, and then poor Bruce. That I don't know that hand. I can't describe. I'm trying to is racking my brains who he looks like with the hands hanging on the shirt in his chest, and it's just not a good look.
And that teased out hair by all of them. Again, it's of the time. It just oof.
And that Aztec type shirt, whatever he's got on, Gene looks the most normal in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul is definitely flexing.
Paul with that tricep flex. Settle down, Stanley.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And do I need to see your fucking hairy armpits popping out too?
Of course, it's Paul. He's got to show you some part of his body with hair.
Oh, Jesus, no need.
And then you flip open the liner notes and it's all the lyrics.
That are wrong. If you listen to the songs and read the lyrics, they're all wrong. They're butchered in here. It's terrible.
Okay, I didn't get that far, so I believe you.
Oh yeah, they're missing lyrics. It's all messed up. At least the version that I have. And it's too bad.
But there's also go ahead. I was going to say there's also at the end of the Boomerang's the last song, and then underneath that, again, this came out in 1989. There's a whole thing here about AIDS.
AIDS?
Yeah, don't do it.
I'll play it later.
Mr. Johnson, you have AIDS. He goes, AIDS?
But there's a whole thing where it says, we want you around to enjoy the party. Here's how. And it says the facts about AIDS. And it gives you all these facts about the disease, who can get it, a 1-800 number to get information on it. And when I saw that, I was like, holy fuck, talk about something of the time. Like a whole information thing about AIDS from Kiss, of all people. Jesus Christ, they're preaching safe sex. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that caught me by surprise when I saw that. I mean, but I guess at the time, a PSA by a band, I'm not going to give them any shit for that. Good thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So the cover is the cover.
Yep.
Are you ready to talk about the album itself?
Yeah, we'll give some thoughts on you want to give some, I know we talked about like our first experience. You want to give like any general?
Yeah,
thoughts?
absolutely. Not a problem.
Yeah.
General thoughts about the music. You want to give some general facts?
Just like some like an overview of the for example, for me, when I think of Hot in the Shade, okay, it's an album that's polarizing, and I think it's polarizing because I think a lot of people. It kind of reminds me of when you talk about OU 812. It's got a ton of great songs, ton of hits, and it's got some real garbage on it. Plus, it's an exceedingly long album, 15 songs, just way too much for any album. I don't care how much you love the band. But one thing about this album, and like Zeus and I always say, whenever we do an album review, we kind of bury ourselves in the album and just really just sink ourselves into every song repeatedly. Every song on this album, whether you like the song or not, they have undeniable hooks and choruses in very, very catchy songs. It's not a real kick-ass rock album, but it's of the time. It's 1989. It's like that pop metal, like we said, like Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, those kind of bands. And I think Kiss I think this was like a sweet spot for them. Again, you say what you want about how you feel about it, but some of these songs have, almost every song has an unbelievably catchy chorus and a real hook to it, and I kind of enjoyed that. Another thing that I think about this album is I know everybody raves about Paul's vocals on Crazy Nights. I think his vocals are a little bit better on this. And I say that because I think they're a little bit more in control. There's no "I'll fight hell to hold you." There's no like screaming at the top of your lungs kind of stuff. I think, when you listen to a song like Forever or even, Hide Your Heart, I think Paul just shines on this. And I think we talked about this too when we had our friend Greg Prado on with the book about the non-makeup era. This is a typical
Take it off. Totally.
Yeah.
Truly unmasked.
Yeah. Excellent book. My God, if you have not read that book yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's terrific. And I think you mentioned a little bit, Zeus, when you were talking about, you're rooting for your kid who's not a really great athlete because you want him to succeed with this was a prime example of Kiss chasing a trend, not setting a trend. They wanted this to be their Bon Jovi album. They wanted this to be, a mix of Hysteria or whatever. They were chasing the trend, and you could see that definitely on this album.
Yeah. So a couple things. We've talked about this before. I know it's a long album, but why would I complain? Where am I going? Do I I can't after it's 12 songs, that's it. Turn it off. I can't. Who says I have to listen to it in one sitting? I like that it's 15 songs. I don't like some of the songs on there, but I would never say don't put that song out. I would rather have more songs and then just let me skip it, because the one that you say don't put it on that album might be something that it might be a don't you hesitate that I wish was on an album. So let me figure out whether I should play it or skip it. So, as I said to you before, Tom, I'm not going to ever say don't put that on a Kiss album. Just like the Star Wars movies and things like that, when I'm like, oh, this movie's terrible. I don't care. I'll watch a fucking Star Wars movie of R2-D2 taking a shit. I find that stuff fascinating, and I'll always love it. Kiss is my band. I want them to put out more music. So, that being said, I like the 15 songs, not all of them, some better than others. There are a lot, I mean a lot of hidden gems on this. Songs that when they come up, I churn it up on my car. I love a lot of these songs in here. And there's, I think this is a Paul shines on this album a lot. I think this album falls right between where they end up in Revenge, and it's right in the middle. Crazy Nights is too popish and synth and keyboardish, and Revenge maybe went too far to the other side, hard and this, that. This is right in the middle, right around that whole Tesla stripping it down. Even Poison around this time took off makeup and started trying to be like, growing a beard and shit. Like, try to be stripped down. And a lot of the bands try to sound like that, Cinderella and things like that. Started taking away the hair look and down to wearing jeans and 90s clothes. Not yet grunge, but like vests, open shirts, and things like that. And Kiss started, following the trends. It is what it is. But I say that, and you've said that, but what did you expect them to wear? Like, are they going to start fucking wearing? What are they going to wear? Bell bottoms now? It's the fucking 90s or late 80s, early 90s. They have to wear that. So that's what people wear. Oh, following the trends. Oh, what is he going to wear? I mean, come on.
And if we're going to make fun of Kiss for following trends, we can also make fun of ourselves because we were following trends with what we were wearing in 1989 too.
Pegging my pants.
Well, let me tell you right now, if our
shit like that.
Yeah, and if our buddy Heavy Mayo was listening, I know you were wearing your acid wash jeans and your Nike Cortez because you're still wearing them now in 2020.
Yeah. Hanging with your foot up against the Meadow Glen Mall, trying to pick up chicks at the Orange Julius.
Exactly.
Hey, did you get that at Chess King? Yeah, I'm heading over there now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was his game. But that's where
let me buy you dinner at the York Steakhouse. Here, I'll grab a tray for you.
Maybe we get some free popcorn at the Ground Round.
All right. Oh man.
All right. So let's get to this album, okay?
Go for it. Get into it. Give me some information.
I'd like to tell you some.
I need some information because I'd like to tell you some information.
So this was Kiss's 15th studio album. What year was this? 89?
Yes.
Came out October 17th, 1989. When did Kiss start?
When did Kiss start? Yeah, 73. Yeah.
Okay, so do the math.
What, 16 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 16 years, 15th album.
Right.
Not bad.
Nope.
Imagine a band doing that shit nowadays.
God, Metallica takes like fucking 10 years between albums now.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're used to. There's nobody that really just puts out an album out a year every other year.
No. Nope. Nobody that we care about.
Yeah. It's just nobody's doing music. So they recorded in July of August through August 1989. It's produced by Paul and Gene. And the big thing about this is they try to skimp on the money and the cost. So a lot of these songs that started off as demos ended up as right on the album. They didn't go in the studio and do all the hard work that a lot of bands do, but they think it came out fine just doing it this way. They saved more money. Obviously Kiss wasn't in their heyday back then. So that's what they decided to do. They put on 15 songs. It's the most songs on a Kiss album, one of the longest at 58 minutes and 39 seconds. Like I said, I think this falls right in the middle between Crazy Nights and Revenge. And they released 3 singles. There was 3 videos, and they all got heavy play on MTV. So they were right there with the mix with a lot of those bands at that time. They fit right in.
Yeah, no, you're right. And Paul has a little bit more praise for this album than some of the other members. He says it's a good first step toward getting back home. we looked at this and, we said, is there anything we're doing, or is there anything that's come along in the last 15 years as an unnecessary baggage? Let's get rid of it and make sure the basis of what we're doing is rock and roll and guitars. Gene admits that, he wasn't really there, talks about the demos, etc. Like Zeus mentioned, he gives it 2 stars. But the thing that disappointed me was, Bruce hates this album.
I wouldn't say hates. He's not a fan of it. Let's say
he said it's his least favorite Kiss album. Maybe hate's a strong word. You're right. But for him to come out and say this is his least favorite Kiss album, oof. And then he's pretty honest. He talks about how with Gene and Paul producing, it was kind of a problem. He says with Gene and Paul producing, they thought no one knew Kiss better than us. He talks about, having 15 songs on an album. He also has a little tidbit here about how Eric Carr was very unhappy during this record. And we'll get into this, but there's a couple songs that have drum machines instead of Eric Carr. You have one of the greatest drummers in rock. You have a fucking drum machine on this album.
That's because they played with the demos, so they used the drum machine without Eric. So fuck it, just mail it in. That's good enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just lazy. So I was a little bit surprised by Bruce's honesty. But Paul likes the album, which is good. Sometimes Paul has his hindsight. He tends to shit on some stuff, but he's a little bit more of a fan of the album than anybody else.
Yeah. Well, I think, and you think, he should be. You ready to get into the tracks?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go. Song Rise to It, written by Paul Stanley and Bob Halligan Jr. I guess he's a writer, musician that wrote some songs with like Kicks, Cher, Blue Oyster Cult, Judas Priest, and Helix. Helix.
Wow. Helix.
That's the. I saw a video once where the lead singer was like missing one of his front teeth, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Somebody couldn't fucking fix his tooth.
Well,
before he did a video.
I think for a band like Helix, we could probably get some information from our buddies that go on the Monsters of Rock. Isn't Helix a band that would do the Monsters of Rock cruise?
Definitely BB or BC or somebody on Potter Than Hell will be like, what are you talking about? I followed them on tour all through 1994.
I had breakfast with the bass player. I know everything about Helix.
The guitar is just painted the side of my house. What are you talking about?
All right. Back to Rise to It.
All right. So Rise to It. The big thing for me is the Paul settle down Johnny slide guitar, right? And he thinks he's like all of a sudden a cowboy, a little slide guitar. That's Bon Jovi Cinderella shit.
Yep.
That he started to do in Tesla. The acoustic part. I like the song a lot. It's one of those songs that I think is enhanced when you see the video, because that's what sticks out to me. And I was a big fan of that video. I think it's a very good, catchy song.
I think the song is absolutely spectacular. I think it's everything you want in a late 80s pop rock hit. It's like I said earlier, unbelievably catchy chorus, great rhythm. It's an upbeat kind of, happy, put you in the mood kind of song. It's what you want from Kiss, and it's what you want from rock music in 1989. And I'll get this out of the way now, because this kind of applies to a couple other songs. But there's a couple songs on this album, and I include Rise to It as one of them. If another band of that era made this song, it probably would have been an absolute monster hit. Mm-hmm. But I think we talked about this when we had our friend Greg Prato, the author. By this time, there was a video for it, and they were getting some radio play. Kiss was kind of like an afterthought. Nobody was paying attention to Kiss, except for diehards. But if you had another band, maybe a younger or up and coming band, throw out a song like Rise to It, it would have been a monster song. And there's a couple other songs on this album that's going to apply to as well.
The song was released as a single. It went to number 81. It was the last Kiss song to reach the top 100. I like the beginning where Gene does the usual with his bass. Boom.
Love that. Love that.
And it starts in. What does Paul mean when he says, if you want a lover who can play the other role? What the fuck is that?
Maybe Paul is taking advantage of promo code Loudcast from AdamandEve.com.
I thought it was a lyric written by Vinny. I don't know what that fucking was. I like the solo in this. I love, and then let's go into I don't know. Let's go into the video, and that's the big part, right?
Yeah.
We were all like, holy shit! They teased it. They put on the makeup. And if you watch the video, it's obviously Eric Carr and Bruce trying to be like trying to be Peter and Ace. I don't know, but it's not correct. First, it's the back of their heads. None of them look like even remotely like that. And supposedly Bruce is wearing Vinny's Ankh Warrior costume. I'm like, no, he's not. I saw that on Wikipedia or something. I'm like, no, he's not. That's not what he's wearing. And, Gene's costume's from Unmasked and Paul's is from Love Gun.
I love those kinds of tidbits when it comes to little factoids. I love that. Yep.
Yeah. And, I thought the video where Gene is like not in makeup playing in that thing in the stage, I thought he looked good because I'm used to the 90s and 80s where Gene looked ridiculous. Yep. I think this was the first kind of video era that he was like, oh, Gene looks normal. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
So the manager at the time for Kiss, Larry Mazer, he had some comments about the video. Mm-hmm. Because I think a lot of people eyebrows were raised about them putting the makeup back on. They said, well, why don't we come up with something that harks back to that era? The concept was to create a flashback scenario where they were in makeup, talking in the video about if they could ever go without makeup. The video shoot was great. The song didn't do that well. So it was kind of a weird time because there were rumors at that time. And again, I keep talking about Greg Prato when he was a guest on our show talking about his book, that there were rumors of even putting makeup on like that at that time. So, but that did shock a lot of people, because nobody had seen them in makeup in what was that? Would have been 9 years with no makeup. So, yeah, the video is cool. I think everybody enjoys that video.
Yeah, and again, it's supposed to be backstage in '75. But you know what I picked up on? What's with the Seinfeld talk? Do you know what I mean?
Give me more.
We can take the makeup off. What do you mean take the makeup off? Take the makeup off? You're crazy. What do you mean? Why not? We can take the makeup off. We take the makeup off.
You're crazy. Yeah, you're crazy.
That's Seinfeld talk. So take the makeup off? What do you mean take the makeup off? Take the makeup off. We can go back and we can play clubs. You are.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And definitely a weird video.
Paul doing his spin kicks, playing his fucking BB King Gibson guitar there. People started playing those type of guitars back then.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Those fucking Gibson I forget what they're called.
Those
BB King guitars. And then the other thing about this song, there's one thing I want to mention is that it gives me the chills, like in a bad way.
Uh-oh.
I'll give you fever. And Paul goes, oh, I'll give you fever. I'll give you chills. Ooh, I'll give you chills.
But don't, you're missing the best part. But then it's like, make you a believer. And then Paul singing goes,
yeah, he hits that note.
He hits that high pitch.
Yeah,
he hits that high pitched squeal.
Ooh, I'll give you fear. Just
settle down, Paul.
Settle down, star child.
Exactly.
Anyways, I think Kiss might feel betrayed. Betrayed, written by Gene and future Kiss member, but former, at the time, member of Black and Blue, who Gene had produced, Tommy Thayer. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's okay. This is a song where I think the chorus is decent, but the song has that repetitive drum beat. It's just Eric Carr going do 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 do, like there's no.
You mean like possibly a machine?
All right, even if okay, whatever it is, it's just it's. The chorus is okay. I mean, the lyrics are like ridiculous. Like you pay your taxes, you pay your rent. Gene, stop, dude. Stop with the fucking lyrics.
Well, supposedly it's about a girl who feels like life has betrayed her. And, cheer up. You're not crucified, he says. But what happens in this, just like when Paul goes, ooh, I'll give you fever. Like, there's a trend that continues on this album of spoken words in this album.
Yep.
So in the middle, towards the end, after, I think the solo right around that time, when you've got your back against the wall and no one gives a fuck, all you can do is just hold on. That's right. He speaks this.
Yeah.
Ooh, he said fuck. Ooh, back then the teenager in me was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I know.
Tommy plays that electric acoustic guitar there. It's got a nice solo. I used to fucking hate this song. Then it's happening, Tom. I listened to these songs over and over again for this episode, and I'm starting to feel a section of this. I'm like, ooh, that's not bad. I like that bridge part towards the end.
Yeah, there are
I'm like,
parts,
oh shit, it's not that bad.
yeah, there are parts to the song that I like. Generally speaking, it's definitely not. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but it's okay.
Moving along, let's hit the big one here.
Hide Your Heart, just an absolute gem of a song. I don't care if you think it's overplayed or if you think it's cliche. This is just an absolutely spectacularly written song from top to bottom, front to back. I'll say it again. It's everything that you want in a pop rock anthem. An unbelievably catchy sing-along chorus that everybody loves. This song, actually, I'm not sure. I don't think I brought this up, but a lot of songs on this album are very, they're story type songs, They're not a lot of the like "fuck me, suck me" songs from like "Rock and Roll Over" or "Love Gun." They're story songs. This song here, I think this is Paul trying to do his "Living on a Prayer." Instead of Gina and Tommy, you got Tito, the king of the streets.
Is this Pico in his hairpiece?
Yeah, exactly.
Why, his name is Pico or something like that.
Pico?
Why?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, this is Pico.
Yeah, Pico.
He wants to make me get a hair on top of my head because he don't like my hair the way it is now.
It's a freaking great song though. I mean, I remember the first time I heard it, and to this day, I still think it's a terrific song. I like it. That being said, it kind of landed with a thud when they threw it into the set list for the End of the Road tour.
Yeah. Well, this was released as a single. It went to number 66. It was also famous. Oh, it was written by Paul, Desmond Child, and Holly Knight. That trifecta. And they didn't write it all together. Paul wrote a little with Holly Knight, then he would write with Desmond, all of them in separate areas, and they came up with this song. It was rejected for Crazy Nights.
Yep.
So it ends up that Bonnie Tyler, yes, I love her in that voice. Anyways, Bonnie Tyler did this song and made it her album title in 1988.
Yep.
Then Ace did it. Then Molly Hatchet did it, and Robin Beck did this song. All these people have done these songs. I think Molly Hatchet did it first, then Ace, and then Kiss, and then Robin Beck released this. It's got Phil Ashley playing keyboards. Those keyboards, don't really hear it that much, but it's there.
They're subtle enough.
Yeah, and the original title was going to be called Bite Down Hard. Ooh,
that is ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know. Tito,
Tito, the king of the streets.
So let's talk about that video. First of all, that's like typecasting. Have you ever seen like a gang member, for a gun in the car? He's brandishing it to his girl. He's got a fucking a revolver that he takes out, and he's playing with a revolver. That's his gun. The badass Tito. Come on. I mean,
he's king but he is king of the streets. You can't deny that. Here's another thing.
Got to be Tito.
Here's another thing about this video. Look, it's Kiss. I don't want like a short film for your video. I want to see Kiss. And I know they're in the video, but I don't want to see this.
You don't want to see a gang violence message before the video starts about the threat of gang violence. No,
it's Kiss stuff, but not enough. Look, your liner notes are giving me PSAs about AIDS, and now you have videos about gang violence. Settle down.
Wimpy gang members that bring out a 6-shoot revolver and like, ooh, I'm a tough guy with this. I mean, come on. And then Gene has this look in the video where he's like, hey now.
Ooh, Tito, I can be the king of the streets too. Yeah, it's
there's an uncensored version and a regular version. The uncensored version shows the guns, and the other one does not. I didn't know if you knew that.
Ooh, very scary.
But the other thing I noticed is Gene is wearing these jeans in this video.
Oh,
they are fucking like mom jeans galore.
Yep.
They are fucking hyped.
Yeah.
So tight and so fucking hiked up high, like fucking up to his nipples, fucking high.
He's got one of those friggin' gunts.
He's fucking mom jeans. It reminds me of Dice is fucking wiping his pancreas. I don't know. It's just. But the song, let's get back to the song. The song is fantastic. Yeah. It's not a very typical Kiss song. No. It is a Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer type of song. I think Tommy writes about it and talks about it, in Kiss Behind the Mask, or he says, this was the time when they were doing like message songs, not fuck me songs, which I like both. But yeah, it's true. They were doing those types of songs.
Yeah. And anybody out there, I know there's a lot of people out there who love Ace. Let me just tell you right now, Ace's version of this is horrible. It is not good. You need Paul's voice to sing this song and make it sound the way it's meant to be. Ace just, it brings the song down. It's not good. That's just my opinion, obviously, but I think his version blows.
Good luck dealing with all the fucking Ace lovers out there.
Well, I love Ace too, but his version of the song compared to Paul singing it, it's not even close. It's bad.
Yeah. All right. So let's find out if we're a prisoner of love.
Here, where our friend Bruce is not a huge fan of this. He says that Gene turned Prisoner of Love into a shuffle, and it wasn't. He said it was very frustrating for me. I had a really cool Def Leppard-y guitar thing going. It had a great groove to it. But Gene was like, Bruce, we need to change this into a shuffle. This is Gene Simmons from Kiss. Sorry. Anyways, I like the song. I look, you're talking to a guy who thinks Hot in the Shade is one of the best albums. So right off the bat, you got to listen to my kind of analysis here with however you want. It's not a great song. I think it's got another cool chorus. Gene sounds pretty good. I kind of like the little shuffle groove to it. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of this song. The song is written by Gene and Bruce Kulick. I like the solo, but that's about it. I think this, cool. For me, when they talk about songs that they would cut, this would be it. I wouldn't cut it because I'll listen to it, but this would be one of them. So I'm going to move us along and get to the good stuff. And so that was Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Read My Body by Paul Stanley and Bob Halligan Jr., who wrote the songs. Paul says that was them venturing into rap. What was All Hell's Breaking Loose? If that was him venturing into rap, did you forget that, Paul? What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I think what he means is that All Hell's Breaking Loose had that little bit to it. This whole song is like a rap.
Yeah.
But I like how he clarifies. He says, "I'm never going to be Ice-T, Public Enemy, or Tone Loc." This song really is like a just absolute ripoff, like a shameless ripoff of "Pour Some Sugar on Me." It really is.
Yeah. But I still kind of like it. It's cheesy. It's kind of like it, but it's This is when
This is Kissel.
this is Kissel. This is what I think of when I think about cheesy going the wrong way. Like
Too cheesy.
let's put the X in sex, can be cleverly cheesy and nice, or it could venture into this.
Well, you don't think "Get to the Good Stuff" is a good lyric? Turn the page.
Yeah,
You don't like it. You know, the best part of the song is at the very end where he's yelling, "Extra, extra! Read all about it."
I have that written down.
Of course.
Extra, read all about. Oh my God,
It's terrible.
I like the chorus, very Def Leppard like.
Oh yeah.
And the only other good part that I really like in the song, is very short, it's that play between Paul and Gene. Yeah. I love that.
Well, you mean like Eddie Murphy? Moving? Yeah. Grooving? Yeah. What the fuck is James talking about? I don't know.
Oh man. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sometimes fucking love is like a dick slap in the face.
In the face. Gene says it's his philosophy about love. Gene, what are you doing here? I like the song. I mean, it's not great, but it's catchy. It's got a little, sing along. I'm a sucker for a chorus that has na 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 in it. So it's a catchy song. It's not great, but I like it's got a cool riff. I like the bass line kind of in the background, a little groove to it. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. It's not great, but I enjoy it.
Written by Gene Simmons, and here he is, Vinny Poncia, making his appearance.
Gotta love Vinny Poncia.
Poncia. That is like an inside joke for us. Me and you, like, throughout all these years. Okay, Vinny Poncia. It is. I think it was Bruce that was talking about, like, I think of Bob Ezra and I think of great Kiss songs, and I think of Vinny, like Poncia. It's like, I think of like Dynasty and Unmasked, Peter's solo album. Like, anyways,
loves a slap in the face.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is the same song I've been calling "Love's a Dick Slap in the Face" since I was in fucking junior high. I like the backing vocals. I love the chorus. And it's got a really good solo on this as well. I think it's a catchy little tune. So I'm a little bit of a fan of this one.
Yep.
All right, ladies, here it is. Written by Paul Stanley and Michael Bolton. Reached number 8 on the charts. And it was the second single. And I was looking at the video just now before we came on earlier. 57 million views. Not sure how many more Kiss videos there are that have more than that. Thoughts?
The song is, excuse me, the song, in my opinion, is absolutely perfect. It is, in my opinion, and I'm not saying this as a Kiss fan, I'm a fan of the 80s, 90s, power ballad stuff. I think this is probably the most perfect one that's ever been written. I love this song to this day. I think it still sounds terrific. It has the harmony, the bridge to the chorus is one of my favorite parts of the song. And then the chorus kicks in and Paul just sounds spectacular. One of my all-time favorite Kiss solos is in this song. That acoustic solo by Bruce. It's just a perfect song. I think it's just a spectacularly written and performed song, and I love it to this day. And it's just an excellently crafted song. I have nothing bad to say about this song.
Yeah, Paul wanted more of a Led Zeppelin feeling, so he asked Bruce to play it with the acoustic guitar rather than electric.
Yep.
Phil Ashley, this is the only other song that he plays keyboards on. It was number 1 most requested video a bunch of times on MTV.
Yep.
First top 40 song since I was made for loving you.
Yep.
So that's a big deal, and it was a top 10 song.
And I love the video. I love that washed out kind of glow that the video has. And the thing I love about the video too is, I know this is going to sound kind of cheesy here, the band looks so happy throughout the performance. Like Gene just has like a smile on his face. Eric looks great. You know, God rest his soul. Bruce and I just love everything about this song. And the video just adds to it for me.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say it's the best video they probably did.
Maybe
it makes me like the song more. I appreciate all of a sudden Eric's playing on it. Like, like if you watch the video, I think he's shown almost as much as Gene is. Bruce is not shown at all. I don't know who the fuck filmed that video. They have him
for the solo.
back.
Yeah.
And you can't see, because I want to see what guitar he's playing in the beginning. Like I was trying to check it out. I can't see it.
Yep.
He's shown from the back because the stage keeps moving around, or basically the camera is moving around. Yep. But it's got his back to it. Bruce's back to it. Gene is front, and Paul is constantly shown, and Eric is highlighted tremendously. He should be. The drums on that are awesome. He does such a great job. And you're right about a happy time in the band. This is the problem with this, is it gets me sad when I see this, because it's like, this is the foreboding, knowing like, I know what's going to happen. It's like watching your TV show of your favorite and watching it again over and over. And you know, your favorite character is just about to die.
Yeah.
And watching that with Eric and where he was and how happy the band was and how perfect everything was. It's really, you know, heart-wrenching. It's, you know, and I'm happy that it looks so good and plays so great, but you know, it's hard to see. It's hard to see sometimes. And, but the video makes this song even better. You're right. This to me is what you would call a power ballad. And it's certainly one of the best from that era. It is not cheesy. It is not like, you know, it doesn't come across as cheesy to me. It doesn't come across, and, you know, maybe he was looking for a hit and to cover that era, but it doesn't come across as forced or contrived. You know, I think this song comes out as genuine, and I can't say enough about it. It's a beautiful song. And anything else before we go?
I think this has potential to go up against. It's going to be interesting, you know, briefly talking about the tournament. This is in the bracket with Unholy. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of mood people are in. Are they in an angry mood and want to vote for Unholy, or are they feeling love in the air? Because that is a showdown right there, if it ends up being that.
Guys are voting on the pool. There's no way that it's going to win.
Well, if I can say something, if I can give some kudos to our buddy Chris from Pod of Thunder, he picked Forever to win the entire bracket.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
I think it's a great song. And I'll tell you right now, Unholy is probably my favorite song from this entire era. I would have no problem if Forever beat it, though, because I think it's just a perfect song.
Yeah, but I'm thinking out loud. There's not many other than I'm thinking, right? Cara, the Kiss Cabana cruise consultant.
The fucking greatest name.
Yeah. I think she's one of the few females that are interacting on this poll. And I like her. Yeah, I can see her picking it. Guys, macho. I'm going to pick Unholy.
Maybe. We'll see.
Which is, I'm not going to get a sidetrack, which leads us to how did people do the polls? I did the polls knowing what the fucking Kiss Army was going to vote on. Not my favorite.
Right.
That's why it's different.
Right.
I feel the Kiss Army is going to say, Forever. No way, Unholy.
Right.
And you know what? Overall, Forever's probably a better song.
We'll see.
Depends on your mood.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go see Give Me a Break in Nell Carter.
Here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons, hoping to find we're two of a kind, make it a go, make it grow together, we're gonna find our way.
Here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons. Oh wait, we're wrong. This song, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, should have been an absolute of a monster hit. This song is one of the best songs on this album, and you're not going to argue that it's the best song on the album. One of the best songs. Great chorus, great flow, great groove. Paul sounds spectacular on it. Another sing-along chorus. It's just such an amazing song, and how can you not love the ending of the song when those background singers kick in? Oh, Zeus.
Can't you just picture it too? Like the scene in the church, and these big fat women are just like woo, 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 singing right behind Paul and in a gospel choir.
You mean the Sisters of No Mercy?
Yeah,
that's who they are.
Charlotte Crossley, Valerie Pinkston, and Kim Edwards Brown.
That's right.
Paul said he knew he would be somebody, and that's what this song was about. He says it's his favorite song, and if you think about it, maybe this is his dipping his toes in the whole soul station fucking revival.
Yeah.
Train, whatever the hell he's got going on, right?
Soul Train Station.
Maybe that was what got into it by putting this on the album. Bon Jovi type themes.
Yep.
Good lyrics, strong melodies. And again, I just don't try to tell me where you're going or what you're doing. Where I'm from, everybody's somebody.
I know.
It reminds me of, you ever seen the SNL skit? Everybody's getting something with something clause.
Oh, yeah.
You always get a visit from something clause. Who's that?
Yeah. Everybody getting something. Everybody getting something.
Everybody's been naughty. Everybody's got flaws. If you've been crossed off Santa's list, here comes something clause.
Everybody's getting something. Everybody's getting something.
Yes. Something clause. Oh my God. Yeah.
I didn't know what he was saying. Everybody's somebody. Okay, Paul.
I know. Paul, settle down with the PSAs, buddy. Relax.
But again, with the spoken words.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Right?
You're right. Yep.
I don't know. I think this is a fan-fucking-tastic song. By the way, it was written by Paul and again, Vinny Poncia.
Yeah, he does himself some justice here in this one. He kind of saves himself from some of the other trash that he's written, but fucking Silver Spoon is a killer.
Yeah. Got some Cadillac Dreams coming up, baby. Let's go. Poncia is on a roll. He wrote this one with Gene. Gene says he doesn't like the Final Kiss version. He always says the demos. Oh, you got to heard the demo is fucking the greatest.
Always.
He's got these stories. The fish that was on my line was the biggest of all. Oh, you seen that girl I just hooked up with? What girl? You didn't know her. She lives in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Well, doesn't look like you're doing any business.
Yeah. He's talking about the success. Cadillac meant success to people in New York growing up. I feel like this song is Gene's non-makeup theme. Like, what's the phrase that I'm looking up? Like, he has a theme about himself, like the God of Thunder, his signature song. This song is his other one, non-makeup.
This song is fucking horrible. I can't, and I love this album. This song is a fucking mess. And just when you think the song can't be any more of a mess, let's throw in some saxophones at the end of it, shall we?
Oh, I like the brass in it. I like
the song is terrible. And him sitting there screaming, money, money, that's what I want. You talk about something not aging well 30 years later. It's just not
That's
good.
Gene. He's being himself. I want money. Yeah. That's all.
And then Vinny Poncia says, I think the best song I ever wrote with Gene was Cadillac Dreams. That's the best song you ever wrote with Gene.
Why not?
Horrible.
But it's got that whole like era of like smoking in the boys' room, and dude looks like a lady when they were doing like you can hear the horns in the background.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
That was kind of big. Pat Regan plays the brass on this.
Ugh.
I think this is fantastic.
You think? Wait, wait. You think Cadillac Dreams is fantastic?
I do. I do. I love this song. I think it's a great theme for Gene.
Okay.
Dig this. Good words again. Gene plays rhythm guitar on this. So, anyways, Ready to go to the next one?
Let's go to a good one.
Okay.
At King of Hearts, a song, another one like Silver Spoon that I say could have been a monster hit. Great song. Another great chorus. Paul just singing his ass off. Vinny Poncia says at that time we were competing with all the Bon Jovi songs. Those were the kind of songs that set the template for what was going on. He loved Living on a Prayer. Like they come right out and say it. You know, they're writing those kinds of songs. They're admitting it. Bruce, it's too bad. He says, I think it's a very compromised albums. I don't have very fond thoughts about many of those songs. Like, that makes me sad because I love Bruce and I love this album, but I don't know. I think it's a great song.
I like this song a lot. You're right. It's Living on the Prayer, great lyrics, storytelling. I like in the beginning where Paul does a whole deuce thing. Do it!
I love that.
Right? Nice chorus. The backing vocals are fantastic.
Yes.
I thought the drums were excellent. I noticed the drums, and then I feel guilty because it's Kevin Valentine on the drums.
I know. Again, why?
You have Eric Carr. What the fuck do you need to use? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I like the part after the second verse when he's singing the song. He goes, bang, bang. What does he say?
Yeah, I think he's saying bad.
Is he bad, or bam, bam, or bang, bang? I don't know. I couldn't see it in the lyrics.
Is he saying... He's not saying Bam Bam Bigelow?
No, it's not saying Bam Bam Bigelow, the wrestler. I don't know what he's saying, but regardless, the song is great. Paul and Vinny Poncia writing the song. I like it. I think it's another one of those deep cuts that I wish would get more love and listen. But sometimes Kiss fans got closed minds about these kind of things.
And how pissed were we when this went up against King of the Mountain and it fucking lost?
Oh my God! This is such a better song than "King of the Mountain." King of the shit hill, as I call it. Oh,
it's that I could not believe that. The love for King of the Mountain is just absurd. But
Sonny Pooney and his minions
and his burner accounts. God damn you!
Yeah, ready to go?
Let's go. The street giveth and the street taketh away. I'm going to tell you right now. Love this song. I love the chorus to this song. Another sing-along chorus. It's stupid. The title is stupid.
Maybe they're stupid.
Yeah. It's silly.
Maybe they're stupid.
Yeah, it's a silly thing, but I don't know. I find myself just enjoying this song. I just love the chorus. I think that's the thing that carries the song for me. Because the verses are a little bit, it's like, hey man, like, all right, Gene, relax, But that chorus takes me. I like it a lot.
Tommy playing that again acoustic guitar.
Yes. Yep.
Right, the electric acoustic guitar there.
Yep.
Tommy came up with the riff. The song was written by Gene and Tommy Thayer. Tommy came up with the riff. Gene came in with the lyrics. A Mick Jagger type lyrics talking about the streets. Okay. I like the breakdown towards the end when the music stops and then the acoustic guitar plays again. Remember?
Yes. Yeah.
And then it kicks in. Yeah. And then that chorus. I love that chorus.
See, the chorus is great. And then you got to love this line. That's the thing I like about songs on Hot in the Shade. They weren't just the tits and ass rock and roll. They were songs about life experiences. Ooh, okay.
Settle down. All right. So now we're up to, here we go. I hate myself for loving you. I mean, you love me to hate you. Written by Paul and Desmond Child. Quite possibly one of my favorite deep cut Kiss songs of all time. I love Paul's, singing, and then he would get into his voice just hits different octaves, or he just goes up high. Paul singing the lead, and girl, you want me to, and when he sings that whole part, that whole section of the song, feel the feel of my need, all that stuff, I fucking love that, and again, why is Kevin Valentine on the drums? They do sound awesome. But why is he on the drums on this? There's a nice solo there again. Great song. Can't say enough about it.
Yeah, ditto on pretty much all that because we share an absolute love for this song. Just a shame that it never became a hit because it's just like you said, it's got another one of those rising choruses, a great bridge. Yeah, it's just an awesome song. I love it.
Yeah, it's got one of the all-time cheesy song lyrics. And a big kudos out to our buddy Jimmy, who loves this song.
Oh, yeah.
You're like a cat on a hot tin roof. Love you when you scratch and bite.
Or relax. Everybody needs to relax.
Settle down, Bob Dylan.
Yep. Love it. All
right. So let's go. This song is Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. Here we go.
Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. I'm a fan. I love the beginning of it. You hear like kind of like the little, like the strings of the guitar kind of like, and then it kind of kicks in. You got the drums, then you got that little groovy kind of bass line going there, and then Gene kicks in. I think that we said this before. This album just has a ton of deep cuts. It might not be one of the greatest songs on the album. I enjoy it. I think it's kind of got a little vibe to it that I enjoy. I like it.
Yeah, written by Gene and Vinnie Poncia comes in strong again.
Again, yep.
Do you know what Do you know what the beginning sounds like? It sounds like the beginning to Henry Mancini's The Peter Gunn theme. Dun, dun, dun,
oh,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah.
Dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun. That TV theme.
Yep.
Right?
I know it.
That's what it sounds like.
Yep.
I love it. Another deep cut.
Yep.
That is, pretty good. Vinnie Poncia with his Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. What has he got? King of Hearts, Cadillac Dreams. What else did he do?
He's got
and Loves a Slap in the Face and Silver Spoon.
Yeah.
Fuck, he did a great job.
Yeah, he had a good run. Yeah, I agree.
And this album, at least I think so.
Yeah.
So let's go to our sentimental song here for us. Eric Carr's Little Caesar. Hit it.
It's a great song. It's a shame that Eric didn't have more opportunities to sing. He was with the band for so long on so many albums. And this is a song that, early on, I wasn't that huge of a fan. I think it's a funky song. I think Eric sounds great. Another great chorus. Another really cool riff that kind of carries the song. And I wish we heard more from Eric.
Yeah, this was written by Eric, Gene Simmons, and Adam Mitchell. Eric plays the bass guitar on this as well. Bruce plays all the guitars. It obviously started as Ain't That Peculiar, which is on the box set. You guys can hear. And it has those actual Marvin Gaye lyrics in it from Ain't That Peculiar.
Yep.
Eric submitted 3 songs. One was a ballad, which you're not going to beat out forever. The other was an AC/DC type of song. And he said then he threw this one in almost like a goof. And Gene's like, I like that song. I'm Gene Simmons from Kiss. Okay. And so I think that they made a good call. I love the lyrics. I wish this was recorded on a better sound. The production on this, and we didn't really get to that part yet.
Talk about it now. Go ahead. Talk about it.
It's horrible.
Yes,
horrible.
It's awful.
So you know how I edit all these songs, all these albums, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can tell from the the Audacity that I use and all the other electronics I put it up there. The sound quality of this is horrible.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see how much different. And let me put this track up on any other track that Kiss has, and this is so much smaller.
Yeah.
It's just what the fuck on this. I wish it was better, and I wish there was a better, cleaner version of Little Caesar. Eric tears it up. I think the lyrics are awesome about fighting back and rocking it hard enough. I love it. It's a good way to him to have at least symbolize his contribution on Kiss, and it kind of shows the potential if they actually gave him a shot.
Oh, I agree. I mean, when we talk about, especially with the tournament going on right now, because Young and Wasted is still in there. You see Eric singing, having vocals on that in the live version of that when they play. The guy could sing, and it's just, I don't know if it was an Eric thing or if it was a Paul and Gene thing, but you just wish there was a little bit more from him. And it's interesting too, because this is the first non-Paul Gene vocal since Dark Light on the Elder by Ace.
Yep.
Think of that. That's crazy. But no, it's a fun song. I think Eric does a nice job. I think it's a nice tribute to him that this song is out there. And we got Ain't That Peculiar on the box set, pretty much the exact same song. Vocals are switched up a little bit, but
yeah. And God bless Eric. That's a great tune, a great way to at least to remember him by.
Yeah.
So let's end this album right now. This is Boomerang by Gene Simmons
from Kiss.
And Bruce wrote this song. I have hated this song. Listening to this album, I don't hate it as much. What the fuck? I've been shitting on Boomerang for so long. I don't hate it as much. It's still bad, but it's not as fucking like, oh, Boomerang. It's just another Kiss doing Give Me More, I'm Alive, those fast Kiss songs that I think are throwaways. But then they grow on me because I don't listen to them as much. And it's almost like discovering a lost Kiss song. Like, oh, we're going to put this on the box set. And you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know this existed. So I got back into it. It's speed metal, like I said. And Bruce, not bad as a shredder, does a great job on this. Paul fucking hates this song. And it's in behind the they talk about how much Paul hates this song. Again, ends the album. Have mercy. Like with the spoken word again. What the fuck? Oh, and there was spoken word in Little Caesar too before that.
I am so glad that you said this about Boomerang, because this afternoon I went for a run and I was listening to this entire album on shuffle, and this song came on, and I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the last time I listened to this song from start to finish. Because if it comes up on shuffle, I'm like, whoa. Now, the song is not good, but I actually started to feel bad. I'm like, do I kind of like this song? Am I enjoying this song right now? Because I found myself like, okay, it's not good, but Eric sounds fucking amazing. His drums are just off the rails. And then Bruce comes in with a solo, and I'm like, all right, this is semi-tolerable. The best part, the song is great when Gene is not singing, put it that way. Okay? When it's
great. Just do us a favor, just don't sing. Oh, okay.
If it was like an instrumental with just Bruce and Eric, because when it's just that, the song is not bad. But then Gene comes in and then the chorus like Boomerang. I'm like, oh no. But it deserves to be the last song on the album. But I like Bruce in the book. He says, I think I was high when I wrote this. No shit. Oh, man.
What's Gene's excuse?
He doesn't have one. He doesn't need one. He's Gene Simmons from Kiss.
So that is the 15 songs from Hot in the Shade. What do you think?
Look, I love the album. It's one of my favorite non-makeup albums. I mean, it's not better than Revenge. It's not better than Lick It Up, but I like it. It's a poppy, fun, sing-along type of album. I've always been a fan of it.
Yep. I look at this and I am what aggravates me is that people just are dismissive of it.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I know they say there's a lot of filler. I fucking listening to this album again so much.
There's not a lot.
Even Betrayed and Prisoner of Love and Boomerang grew on me.
Yep.
They grew on me. I can't fucking believe it. So I would always say it's got a lot of good songs in the middle that I really love. For me, and we're going to get into our ratings of this shortly. For me, Tom, I have a lot of these songs as like I would, if I put a rating to them, as like 7s. A lot.
Yep.
A lot. Maybe a couple 8s or 9s, but there's a lot of very good songs there. It also helps us. I know people are like, I remember there was somebody out there that was complaining that what we call us a Kiss album. This is not very much like Kiss's lyrically. It's not. No. It's a little bit different.
No,
but it fits that niche of music that we were into back then.
Yeah.
Right? I love this type of music back then. I got into all those bands. Kiss held their own with that kind of music. And this isn't really selling out. This is hard rock music that actually they put some thought into some of their lyrics. I thought they did well on this. I am shocked that this album is so loathed by many because I think there's a lot of great tunes. The biggest disappointment on this fucking album is the production and the whole demo shit, the whole not having Eric play on every song and, Gene and them skimping out and doing the production themselves. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't understand the vitriol that this album gets. It's weird because there are hits on it. It's like, you bring up Animalize. Oh yeah, Crazy Nights or Revenge or for some reason, Hot in the Shade, it like strikes a nerve with people, and I don't know why. And it's maybe because people think that there's 15 songs on it and there's a lot of filler. There is not a lot to me. Like you said, there's not a lot of filler on here. Okay, maybe people think Boomerang or Cadillac Dreams or whatever song you want to throw in there, somewhere between heaven and hell, whatever. But there's a lot of listenable songs on here, like really good, like pop rock songs. And like we said, maybe one of the problems is lyrically, it's not what people want in a Kiss album. I said this exact same thing when we talked about Psycho Circus. The problem with Psycho Circus is those songs lyrically aren't really Kiss songs, but the problem is those songs suck. Okay? That's the difference. These are well-crafted songs. Musically, lyrically, okay. But they're melodic. They have great choruses, like I've said, and I can't wait to hear the people who say they hate this album and tell me why they hate it.
I like to call this album the Forgotten Album.
Yeah, agreed.
It's forgotten because Crazy Nights is just as polarizing. And that's when they really went after that Bon Jovi, the synth and the keyboards and all that.
Yep.
This is them moving to the middle, and then Revenge took over. So people kind of skipped this one over. Fucking Hot in the Shade, the stupid cover and stuff. But for us, the music stands out.
Yep.
This was during the heyday of what's deemed hair metal.
Yeah.
This is at its highest. This is when even shit bands were fucking, every single fucking hair band that ever came out of LA was getting record contracts thrown on MTV. And this is where the backlash started after this album. Not because of this album per se, but during this era. Because by the time Revenge came out, that hair metal was kind of fucking going out.
Right.
So this was at its, highest peak. So that big point about this is this stood out. This could be with all of those. I felt this album was perfect, played along with all those other albums out there.
Absolutely. I agree. And you're right. You don't hear nobody talks about this. They talk about Animalize, Asylum, Crazy Nights, Revenge. And it's like, oh yeah, Hot in the Shade. That album sucks.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yep. So it's not fucking Firehouse and Cold Gin. No shit.
Yeah,
nobody's playing music like Cold Gin in 1989. And Kiss is not still in 1973.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say this out loud. I think the only band I'm thinking of that can kind of was still doing that kind of shit is AC/DC. The only ones who can probably play the same music if you put on Back in Black and you put on Razor's Edge.
Probably.
Right?
No, you're right. Yeah.
So
true. Yep.
Whatever. You ready to rank these things?
Let's do it.
All right. Number 15 for you.
Boomerang.
Yeah, that's I can tolerate it. It still sucks.
Something's got to be last.
Yeah, exactly. Boomerang for me as well. Number 14.
Cadillac Dreams.
I know you don't like that song. I don't know what the hell you're thinking. For me, Prisoner of Love. which has grown on me too.
Yep. Okay.
13.
Read My Body.
Okay. 13 for me, Betrayed. That's grown on me too.
Okay. All right.
12.
Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell.
I kind of put that one in with The Street Giveth. I think they're very similar, but I like Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell a little bit better. I think I just like Gene's vocals on it. So I put in the chorus is better on The Street Giveth, but I like the singing better on Somewhere Between. So I'm going to go 12. The Street Giveth in The Street Taketh Away.
All right.
Number 11 to you.
Betrayed.
Okay. Number 11 to me, Read My Body.
Okay.
Number 10 to you.
Prisoner of Love.
Okay.
What do you got?
Number 10 for me, Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell.
Okay.
9.
Number 9, Love's a Slap in the Face.
Our first duplicate.
Okay. I think we're going to start getting similar here. Number 8, Little Caesar.
Oh no, we're not.
Okay. Okay.
So number 8 for me, King of Hearts.
Ooh, wow.
And
wow.
I wouldn't put a King of Hearts probably less than a 7. That was my point to you.
Okay.
It's the bottom part of great songs.
Wow. Okay.
That's how I look at it.
All right.
Everything above it is a great, Tom. So it's not like, go ahead.
What am I, number 7?
Yes.
The Street Giveth and the Street Taketh Away. I just that chorus. I just love it.
Yep. I do too. 7 for me is, I'm going to rise to it.
That's my number 6, Rise to It.
And that's a great song.
It is. Yep.
6 for me, I love Cadillac Dreams. You've known that for a while.
Wow.
I love Cadillac Dreams.
Holy
Give me money. Money.
Oh, wow.
I love that. All right, number 5.
King of Hearts.
Again, great songs we're picking here, guys.
Yep.
Number 5 for me, Tom, Hide Your Heart.
Okay.
4.
That's my number 4.
All right. Number 4 for me, Silver Spoon.
My God, you have Little Caesar ranked higher than Silver Spoon. Holy fuck.
I do.
Silver Spoon is my number 3.
The aforementioned Little Caesar, number 3. Okay. I love that song. And it means something to me, too, when I hear it. It's an Eric song.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of attachment to that.
All right. So it looks like we're going to have the same 1 and 2. 2 is Forever.
I'm thinking out loud that this might be the first time we have duplicates. Forever is a number 2, which is probably an 8 or 9 for me.
Yep. Well, Forever is probably the best song on the album, if that makes sense. But You Love Me to Hate You is my favorite. That's my number 1.
That's my number 1 too.
This has never happened. The odds of a 15-track album with us having the same 1 and 2.
No. Not only that, the odds of us having a 15-song album and us picking number 1, a deep cut.
That's true. It's not even a hit.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's not like we're going, okay, we're doing Dress to Kill. We're both going to put Come On and Love Me.
Right.
Right? Where that was like, sorry, but that's got to be number 1.
True.
You Love Me to Hate You. Fucking love that song.
Song is
you
awesome.
Guys out there, I don't want to hear the shit that you're going to give us about it. Listen to the song over and over again. Paul fucking kills it.
And just listen to it for what it is. Don't listen to it and want it to be something else. Just listen to the song for what it is and say it's a great song. It is.
Can I do my Toxic Kiss voice? Oh, it's not as good as fucking Strange Ways by Ace. Oh, okay.
Of course it's not. It's better than Strange Ways. It's better than Strange Ways. That'll piss him off even more.
It is better. It's a fucking better song. I loved doing Hot in the Shade. I too. Fucking love this album. I would put this up. I can't wait till we're done and we start ranking them. Oh, We're almost there now, right? We are going to do that. This is album review. I forgot about that. Holy fuck balls! Tom.
Oh, I didn't forget. First we got to do the album cover. Yep.
So far we've reviewed Kiss, Dress to Kill, Rock and Roll Over, Gene Simmons
from Kiss,
Unmasked, Animalize, Hot in the Shade, Psycho Circus. Tom, you had Rock and Roll Over, Gene Simmons.
Keep going.
Dress to Kill, Kiss, Unmasked, Psycho Circus, Animalize. I had Rock and Roll Over, Gene Simmons from Kiss, Dress to Kill, Kiss. The first four we had in order.
Yep.
For album cover ranking.
Yep.
You went Unmasked, Psycho Circus, Animalize. I went Psycho Circus, Unmasked, Animalize. I didn't like the cartoon. I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
So where do you put Hot in the Shade?
I'm going to drop Animalize. Animalize is going to remain dead last because it's fucking embarrassing. And then I'm going to put Hot in the Shade second to last because we're just doing
number 7.
Correct. Yeah. So you'll drop Animalize to number 8. Yep.
Yes. You know what, my friend? I am in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I cannot, I mean, I don't want to think that far ahead, but I cannot think of the album cover that I'm going to say is worse than Animalize. But Hot in the Shade should be towards the bottom. Not a very good cover at all.
No, it's not. It's not.
Right. So let's go to albums. Albums that we've ranked. Okay.
Yep.
So we have reviewed so far, once again, I'm going to repeat them. Kiss, Dress to Kill, Rock and Roll Over, Gene Simmons.
This is so stupid. From Kiss.
Unmasked, Animalized, Hot in the Shade, and Psycho Circus. You had Dress to Kill as your favorite album, Kiss next, Rock and Roll Over third, fourth was Unmasked, fifth was Gene Simmons.
Just keep going.
From Kiss, Animalize, and Psycho Circus.
Okay.
I had as my number 1 Rock and Roll Over, Kiss. We both had Kiss as second, and Dress to Kill third. Animalize, Psycho Circus, Gene Simmons from Kiss, and Unmasked as my last.
Fucking Unmasked. You had Psycho Circus higher than Unmasked. What is wrong with you, dude? That is still a travesty. Oh
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. Have you heard of Shandy? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Anyways, so
this is ugly. I don't know.
Where are you going to put Hot in the Shade? Because it's funny when you look at our list, when you go Hot in the Shade, it's very different from a lot of those albums on there.
It is. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do here.
Want me to go first? I can go first because you did the albums first.
Yeah, you go. You go.
All right. So I would put Hot in the Shade as my 4th favorite, right underneath Dress to Kill.
Okay.
And then it would be, so I would go Rock and Roll Over, Kiss, Dress to Kill, Hot in the Shade, Animalize, Psycho Circus, Gene Simmons from Kiss, and then Unmasked. Where are you putting Hot in the Shade?
This is tough because I sang praises of Hot in the Shade, and I do love Hot in the Shade. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But I think I like Unmasked a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it right behind Unmasked and above Gene Simmons.
Okay. From Kiss.
Yeah. It could flip tomorrow. You could ask me and I could have those flip, but it would be 4 and 5 are going to be that. So I like Unmasked a little bit more. And I love Hot in the Shade, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. I think there was some songs on Animalize that I really liked. Psycho Circus had a lot of filler. Gene Simmons had filler, and Unmasked had some songs I fucking hated. I hate Tomorrow. I hate Shandy.
Yeah.
I hate what's that other one that Paul does? It's easy as it seems.
Yeah.
Like, just terrible. I skipped them.
Yeah.
And then I'm not a big fan of the other one. Is That You? Which I will post on the internet. I got, Tom, I didn't show you this yet. I got it came in today.
Okay.
Kiss This bootleg CD.
Holy shit, dude. What is that?
Live in Rome, August 29th, 1980.
Oh, shit.
The reason why I wanted this bootleg, and the quality is what you would expect.
Yeah.
Is because I felt that era, right? The Unmasked tour would play songs that most obscure live songs from Kiss.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything else would play all the great songs that we know.
What's the set list?
This
off.
one,
Bonus.
intro, Detroit Rock City, Colgin Strutter, Calling Dr. Love. Sound familiar?
Yeah, no shit.
However, Is That You? Firehouse, Talk to Me. You're All That I Want, and that's the only reason I got this.
That's your favorite one off the, yep.
Yeah, I want to hear it. 2000 Man, Ace guitar solo, I Was Made for Loving You. Side 2, Disc 2, New York Groove, Love Gun, Gene Simmons bass solo, God of Thunder, Eric Carr drum solo, Rock and Roll Night, Shout It Out Loud, King of the Nighttime World, and Black Diamond.
Wow.
Tell me that's not fucking cool. Where are you going to get songs like, honestly, Is That You? Talk to Me, 2000 Man, You're All That I Want, New York Groove on a live album, and King of the Nighttime World.
Yeah, you're right. You're not going to get that anywhere.
So think of the other tour.
Yeah.
When you go through the other tours, by the time they start going around in Creatures, because they're not doing anything on the Elder, they're scrapping a lot. They're not playing any of the 79 through 80 songs.
Nope.
All those solo Black Diamond solo songs, all those Unmasked, Dynasty, they're gone. They're not doing that shit anymore. They're going to heavy.
Yep.
So, but before the Dynasty Unmasked tour and solo and stuff, they're playing. You're gonna get the songs that we already have on a million compilations.
Yep.
So I feel like that Unmasked tour is the sweet spot for me. Just a conversation piece out there, gentlemen. I will put this out. I took some photos of the album. I'll post them shortly. But anyways, that's where we rank these. Me and Tom have been keeping track of all these. We actually been keeping track of every album and every song, but we're not going to do that right now.
No.
At the end, when we're done with all the compilations, we'll post, and you guys can see our rankings for every Kiss song from every Kiss album. So, anything else, buddy? Or are we on to questions?
Yeah, questions. So this is a question from a new fan. This is from Facebook. His name is Virgil Stay. He's from Minnesota. And he says, "Hi, guys. Just found you. I'm on episode 10. I got, Hey, guys. Just found you. Love you. I'm on episode 10. I got the Destroyer album when I was 5. I've been a fan ever since. Question." Oh, God, this is good. "Do you have any personal stories that are akin to what happens in the Detroit Rock City movie? Peace out, Girl Scout." Okay, you know the Detroit Rock City movie and all the shit they got into.
As far as Kiss is concerned,
I'm guess maybe he's anything from a concert or anything kind of, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. I've had a million fucking things happen to me. I got a million stupid stories I could share. Why don't you go first? Why don't you go first?
No, you got a million. You go first. I want to think of something.
No, but
good.
they're not concert-like stories. I'd have to think about which ones they are. I'm thinking out loud. Me and you've been to how many times we've seen Kiss. Obviously, I Want You sticks out.
Yeah, that's what I always think of.
Yeah, and that's the story that I would probably share with everybody.
Yeah, and Virgil, if you don't know the I Want You story, check out I think that was the episode where we reviewed Rock and Roll Over.
Yeah, it was quite an experience for those around us. What about you?
God, I don't know. I've seen that movie a lot. I love it. Eventually, we'll do an episode on it. But those guys got into some shit, and I don't think I know me and you have never gotten into anything like that. Personal stories like Detroit Rock City. God, I mean,
so I'm forgetting the plot and all that. I mean, I knew the plot, but I'm forgetting a lot of the part of the story. So maybe I'll have to circle back to this, and when we do the review of the album at some point, because I'm forgetting a lot of what happened. To be honest,
I honestly, the first thing that comes into my mind was that episode with the fucking guy in front of us with Murph when he almost fucking beat everybody up because he found out Strutter wasn't in the friggin' set list. The guy was like, he was like the most normal, like dad looking guy. Yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah. When are they playing Strutter? Oh, it's on the set list. What the fuck? Like,
and he was a what you would call a close talker.
Oh God.
He's nice, bit of a close talker.
A what?
You'll see.
Hey, Virgil, thank you for the question, and thanks for being a fan of the show. Maybe if we can think of something a little bit better, we'll add to it. But that's an interesting question, and we will definitely do something on the Detroit Rock City movie for sure.
Absolutely. Tom, where can people find us?
Our email address is shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, and we're on all the social medias, as you know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Look for us there. We're part of the fabulous Pantheon podcast group. Check them out online. They're also on all the social medias. And then you can hear us any way you can hear a podcast. All the big ones, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora. They're everywhere. If you happen to listen to some random podcast platform and you can't find us, let us know right away. But we should be out there everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. And please give us one of those 5-star child reviews that people can find our podcast. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podchaser, wherever you can, it helps us. One of those 5-star reviews. I think we got one, Tom, didn't we? Something you want to talk about?
Yeah, we got a couple reviews. We got one from, this is from Weasel Drummer. Okay. Great podcast. I really like the show. Being a Kiss fan, listening to different topics, even though I may not agree with the host's views all the time, that's what makes Kiss fans so passionate and great. All right. That's a good one. Yep. I think we got another one, too, that we want to talk about, correct?
Yeah, but let's dither for a little while.
Let's what?
Sorry. Dither.
What does dither mean?
Like just fuck around and fucking just waste time and shit.
Why?
Because I'm joking.
Oh. Okay. So this one comes from Clyde's dad. Okay, Clyde, I'm glad you listened to the show. His headline of his review is "Too much jibber jabber" in the beginning. So I don't know if Mr. T wrote this. You met guys jibber jabbering.
Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
I hope you guys read this, but the meandering talk at the beginning that goes on for 20 plus minutes may be fun for you, but it was a drag for me. You may want to edit your shows a little. Okay, I'm going to say this. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the review. However, I'm not sure what your experience is with podcasts, because that's what people do. They catch up. We shoot the shit. We talk. Zeus and I have been friends for 100 years. So when we hit record, we're not like, all right, track 1 on Hot in the Shade. What do you think? Okay, let's go. So that doesn't happen. Again, I respect your review, and I thank you for taking the time to write one. And I hope you continue to listen to us. But if the jibber jabbering is not for you, then the show might not be for you. So,
anyways, I just like it's like, well, I'm not happy with this. Well, gee, I didn't know we weren't entertaining. Should I start juggling for you? What else should I do for you? Like,
it's kind of like,
we're trying to make you happy.
Well, no, it's like, it reminds me of the Jerky Boys. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. It's like,
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Jibber jabber. So
Anyways.
I've got another long email to read here. It's long, so be careful. So this is from Rushsley Lifeson /Peart. Still awesome.
Rush.
Oh, fucking awful. Still awesome. Staying at home with all this bullshit going around has been great, catching up on all the other podcasts. But you guys, in capital letters, I listen to upon release every week. I have to say, after all this time, you guys are still great. Your chemistry is awesome. One of the rare podcasts where your banter flows, capital letters. The annoying Kiss podcast, they constantly step on each other or the leader. I didn't realize he said someone's name here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's the guy, the leader from Three Sides, Brandvold, seems to have the unwritten upper hand that when he talks, or even over the guests, that all are to shut up when he starts to stammer and talks louder than them to get them to stop talking. You guys are natural, so easy to listen to. Total buffoons. Thanks.
Total buffoons. How dare you?
Yeah. Fully enjoyable. It almost sounds scripted, capital letters, because you and Tommy seem to finish each other's sentence, like Gene Simmons.
From Kiss.
Thank you. That's how good you guys are. The drops that you are starting to add in are great too. Still love the Jerky Boy stuff. The 2-bar stuff brought back memories too. It all ties into our age era. Always funny when Murph is on because his voice is so markedly different than both of yours in pitch. You know what that means. You know what that means. Yet he always delivers the goods.
Nice.
Is there an insinuation there about our friend Murph? I don't know what he's implying there.
He's implying that he loves Murph. Take it at that.
You know what that means. Murph is about as happily married and with what? 3 lovely kids, right?
3 kids.
4 or 5.
Is this another guy? Is this another email asking if we're married, like the one we had from the bonus episode with Sonny?
What's that one? He goes, I'm married. I got a girlfriend on the side. I got a wife on the side. What's that fucking problem?
I don't know.
Listening to Stewart the other day.
Oh boy.
Yes, I do, because at least he has some current info on the music genre. And he always goes into the lip sync, too late to leave the party, yada, yada, yada. Every time he interviews someone, always thinks of you guys 100% when he goes into that stuff ad nauseum. Love the band impressions. But when you both do Paul at the same time with that deep, affected voice and lisp, it's gold, Jerry. Kills all the other ones. Funny how Peter's impressions is down to basically, listen, fuckos, and enter something here, or I quit, and that's it. Good stuff. My favorite impression lately is his, I'm not going to say this. Zeus is with his, I'm not going to say his name, with his first printing posters and how it's time to eat. I totally get that. Within 10 seconds into the show, I got to go eat every fucking single time for I can't remember how long now. As far as Joey Quesadilla, I think he means Joey Casada. Oh. Yeah, I'm from New York too. And we would school your Beantown asses, whether it's stickball or wiffle ball. You might want to look up. What the fuck is this? I don't know how to say this. You might want to look up his LinkedIn account, though you would want to chuckle and change his name to Joey Licious. Anthony. P.S. Yeah, Poonie is your bitch, Tommy.
What the fuck does that mean?
I think Anthony, hit on so many fucking sensitive things in this fucking email.
Dude, that
I
email
probably should have proofread it before I went through it.
That email is amazing. Are we sure that that might be maybe Murph wrote that email?
I don't know. There's a lot of sensitive shit in there I probably shouldn't have read, and I'll probably regret it and edit it out later.
Why? Terrific. I love it.
Joey Cason.
I love it. Hey, thanks for the email, man. We love that. I don't care what's in it. That was awesome.
Oh my God. I just fucking unbelievable. Anyways, as we always end our show, Tommy, famous last words?
Stone cold and all alone, and you're wearing everything you own. They bare your flesh and strip your soul, but underneath, you got a heart of gold.
Settle down, Gene Simmons.
Exactly.
From Kiss. I'd have to be a mind reader, baby, just to know what's going on. You don't need no crystal ball, sugar. Can't you see my love is strong?
Wow. Relax, Gene.
From Kiss.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to fucking get that out of our system because I cannot do that for fucking the remaining of our show.
I can. I can.
All right. Tom, thank you. Kiss Army, thank you.
Kiss Army, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is going to end up being a long one, but guess what? Nobody else has anything to do because we're all stuck in our houses. So everybody enjoy, be safe, and thank you guys for listening. Zeus, thanks, buddy.
Yep, thank you. Peace out, Girl Scout. Woo!